I am Tanya Luhrmann, and I wrote a book called When God Talks Back, about the American evangelical relationship with God when people expect God to interact with them. And the question I'm answering today is, based on your research, did people find it successful to ask God for things and have their prayers answered? What did they think when their prayers went unanswered? And I guess what I thought was so interesting is that, yes, people do find that their prayers are answered. And I should say quickly that I don't feel like I can speak with authority about whether God is real or not, or whether God shows up when people say that God shows up. But I can tell you what I saw, which is that people did find that God responded to their prayers, but he often did not. And the most interesting thing to say about that is that I began to think that that prayer was almost a better experience when God did not respond with stuff. People would talk about spiritual maturity and about how that meant that you were praying for the relationship, not for the Santa Claus delivering presents kind of piece of prayer. People used these prayer practices to create a relationship with God, and when prayer went wrong, they would talk about the need to have God stand by their side and help them to handle it. That happened in a number of ways. There were little ways in which prayers went wrong, and it was kind of, fun to have God stand by your side. There were times when really big things went wrong. People would talk about empty prayer. They'd talk about going numb. They'd talk about reaching out to God and finding that God wasn't there. And I guess I saw that what they aimed to do was to connect with God, to help them with the tough times. And I also saw that that when you aim to experience God so vividly, God comes and goes. And this is not about God as a propositional belief. This is about God as a person like another person in your life, and that has some of the qualities of a real relationship. Anyway, come to Patheos, the book site, and take a look at some of the work around, some of the essays around this question and about my book. And if you take a look at the book, let me know what you think. And you can reach me through the site. Thanks.